Well, good morning, everybody. Those here in the church today on this beautiful morning and those watching from a distance. My name's William Wilson, and Ryan's asked me to say a few words about our next Sunday, which is Consecration Sunday. Ryan didn't give me a lot of guidance about what to say. He just said, William, I want you to make sure it's good and original. But those of you who've heard me speak before know that quite often if I do something good, it's not very original. And if I really go off and try and be original, it's not so good. So that's why when I speak about Consecration Sunday and about giving to the church, I'm going to be totally unoriginal. I'm going to direct you to the remarks of Skip Hooper, who so ably stood up here last Sunday and shared his faith testimony with us. And watching at home, not so quite so formally dressed as I am today, one thing Skip said really resonated with me. He talked about the service he'd given to the parish, talked about the things he'd done, serving as a senior warden, and he said, it's changed me. I'm not the same person I was when I first sat in this pew in 1990. And I think the reason I'm standing up here today and why I'm passionate about Consecration Sunday and about stewardship is not just that I had the pleasure of serving for 4 years as a treasurer of this great parish, but because when I think about when my family and I first set foot inside here in 1996, we're changed from where we are, not just in terms of height or weight or just a little bit things like that, but in terms of who we are as people and who we are as a family. And as we go through what we're trying to accomplish with Stewardship Sunday and how we're thinking about giving, what's really struck me is that all the other things I may give to, worthy causes, Shakespeare on the Sound, Roten Point, other activities, wonderful things, fantastic causes, but nothing's changed my family and myself like being a member of this faith community. So what does that all mean? Well, it means that next Sunday is Consecration Sunday, and that's a Sunday when we set apart our money, ourselves, and our whole lives to God's holy purpose. And we really hope that you'll join us, whether in person or via the live stream, as we welcome the Reverend Terry Ellsbury as our guest preacher. And as we prepare ourselves for next Sunday, we'd ask you thoughtfully to be considering the question, or the answer to the question, what percentage of my income is God calling me to give? And for those of you who are in the church right now, I'd ask you to pull out this small green piece of card, 2 sides to it. I'd ask you to find the side that says grow 1 step. And if you're not fortunate enough to be with us here corporeally today, I think you'll find it on the church's website as well. And if you look at the stair side of this sheet, I'm going to give you a little mathematical activity. And if you have a pen, you can write these numbers in on your card. And if you at the bottom, $1 a week, $65 a week, 53, and there will be a quiz at the end, just to let you know. You go up to 29 to 49, the number's 51. You go up to 70 to 54, 50 to 74 per week, it's 17. 75 to 99 is 16. 100 to 199 a week is 24, 2-4. 200 to 499 a week is 11. 549 a week is 2. And then 1250 to 1991 is a grand total of 0. And the reason we share these numbers with you is that we'd ask everyone to think about their giving to the church in the context of what a weekly contribution would look like. So if you flip round the other side of the card, you'll see a bunch of numbers and rows and columns. Feels like I'm back in the office. But if you start on the leftmost column, you'll see you can find the number that best approximates to your adjusted gross income. And then you can run your eye to the right across the line and see what your weekly giving would be, depending on where the Spirit's moving you in terms of the percentage of income that you give up. And if you really feel minded, you can take a look at that number, flip back on the card, and figure out where you are relative to the whole giving of our congregation. So I hope as you go through this process, you'll put aside any distraction and join with me in prayer to ask the question, what percentage of my income is God calling me to give this year? And if you're not yet where you'd like to be, maybe you can ask another question. How might I be able to grow one step in my giving this year? So I look forward so much to seeing you all next week for Consecration Sunday. Look for your commitment card in the mail soon after. Your investment in God's work through and in St. Luke's is so valuable, so deeply appreciated. And take it from me, it'll change you and your family. Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you, William.